Well, hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, you're on the panel as a legend that is Bridgeman and my mate Fox. How we doing, gentlemen?
Evening, Ox. Evening, Bridge.
Good evening to you guys on the panel. Big good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, we've got a big game tomorrow night, Bridge. Looking forward to it. I was nervous for the football, but my nerves have moved in a different direction, and I'll be honest with you, since 8 o'clock, my phone hasn't stopped ringing, but I'm sure we come to that as the night goes on. You looking forward to the game, mate?
Well, let's put it this way, the nerve-wise, it's been higher and higher and higher, so really looking forward to it. One sleep, pal, and then it's a day. And I'm so looking forward to going and seeing them, and I still reckon we'll beat them. I did think we'd beat them the last time, right enough away, but a really good game. But I think we've got enough in our locker to go out there and beat them. I'm convinced of it. But I'm really looking forward to it. Another great night at Ibrox, and everybody hopefully behaving themselves. And let's get in there. And as I say, looking forward to mollicating them. That's what I want. Mollicate them.
I think we've got to be aware that, as we keep saying on here, Fox, we're in a war, a media war, and we just need to be a bit smarter, mate.
Aye, especially what came out tonight, just around about 8 o'clock, as you said. But looking forward to the game tomorrow. Looking forward to meeting back up with you and young James, and maybe have a wee visit with your ma, and we can have a wee drink and look forward to the game after it all.
I'm sure we'll have a wee drink, and you're keeping away from my ma.
I didn't mean it like that. I've got a gift for
her. Well, anyway, look, we want to talk about the football. We'll split the show into 2 bits tonight, if that's all right with you, Bridge. You've been the
no problem, pal. No problem. Yep.
We'll have football, and then obviously we'll have non-football if that grabs you. How's that grab you?
Well done. Well done.
Non-football, if we call that up. So if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you're brought into the call with a one and only Old School Blue. And we have been joined by a caller right away, and I know he's looking forward to the game. It's JFK. How are we doing, JFK?
I'm alright, Ox. How are you? Hi, Fox. Bridgeman, how are you doing tonight?
Jimmy.
I didn't realise I was so popular, JFK. My phone's been red hot, but...
Oh, me and all. My big pal Stevie on there. I've had a right good convo earlier on, so maybe speak about it later on. Looking forward to the game tomorrow, obviously. Put this tie to bed. Let's go out and perform the way we know we can at Ibrox. Obviously, before the first half finishes here, we'll talk about the team. But yeah, I think going forward, we're playing well. And we should be able to get it. I'm still saying 2-0 for tomorrow, so yeah, I'm looking forward very much so to tomorrow night.
Right, mate. I'll be honest with you. Tomorrow night, I would accept penalty kicks if it meant going through.
Oh.
I know Bridge will not like that because he'll miss the last Subway.
Well, you don't want extra time in Pellas before they play the puddle drinkers on Sunday.
But that's only. But I would accept that, mate. It's all about getting through, you know. And by the way, I hope they go to extra time in penalties and good.
Yeah, that'd be a bonus, I suppose. That'd be a bonus.
Dixie Deans takes one.
Yeah, well, there's a blast for the past. They did blast it, didn't they? I heard a blast. They did.
The Russians were still looking for it. All right, I'm going to let you into a little secret, JFK.
There you go.
Right. The Rangers Radio Racing Loyal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're up to all hours of the night picking the top 10 Rangers tunes for Rangers Radio Tenable tonight. I put Rangers songs.
Right.
But I don't think we're going to be able to have a bit of fun with it, I think.
No, I think we'll stick to the football for the first hour. I think you can tell by the demeanour as others were kind of shell-shocked at the events that started earlier on tonight. But I will try and talk about the football as best we can. But I'd actually, before that had came, I'd actually wrote down my top 10. So we'll come on to that in another day, I suppose, yeah.
Well, you never know. We might still do this now, but we'll do it based on the show Terrible.
Yeah.
And, we might have some people on, and there's only 2 people with the answers.
What's the show called? Terrible?
Terrible.
Aye.
It's a bit intellectual for you, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh, is it?
Oh boy, he's got it in for you again.
He said to me once, he said, I wouldn't mind getting on that tipping point as long as he didn't ask me any questions.
Just wanted to roll it, what do you call it? The disc.
Aye, that's what he wants to do. What was the other one you said, Fox? I wouldn't mind that deal or no deal because you didn't have to answer anything.
Aye.
I came on the night and was very pleasant to you, and this is the treatment I get.
You started it.
All the time. All the time. By the time I retired away with this bag of a show.
Hey, it's Rangers Radio you're talking about. Behave yourself, man. Shocker. The man's a shocker.
Oh, it's constant, Bridge. He never gives up, does he?
It's for Partick.
I know.
They're all the same for Partick. Look at JFK. He never gives up. They're dug with a bone.
Oh, hey. A couple of guys for Partick for a square goal. We don't give up, you know. Don't care how big you are.
Right. Another Javolity. Is that the right word? Javolity.
Javolity, that's a new one.
Is that one of yours for Pointless, Fox?
Pointless?
He's good at that. He doesn't get any points every time he plays it.
What's Pointless? I don't know what
brilliant.
Right, anyway, get yourself from mute and we'll hear for your gaffer, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Stephen, how delicately poised is this one going into second leg?
Yeah, I think it's all set up for a fantastic match. I think in the first leg you had 2 teams going hell for leather to try and get a breakthrough from each other. 2 teams who defended excellently on the night. Defences were definitely on top. Both teams had a couple of decent chances for the breakthrough but didn't manage to do it. So it goes into the second leg, but we predicted that before the game. I think the level of both teams, the respect we had for Legia and vice versa, I think it was one that was always going to go down to the wire.
Do you have to be wary about conceding the away goal, or is it just a case of win the game?
I think, listen, every game you prepare for, you've always got to analyse the strengths and the weaknesses of the opposition, and of course the way we want to play at home, the way we're preparing to play. We always have to have one eye on what if the ball turns over and what if certain situations happen. So of course, but I wouldn't say we're concerned about it, but what I would say is we've tried to prepare for both sides of the game whilst we're on the attack to try and have the right balance behind the ball.
Do you feel now that with the experience of last season in Europe you can overcome any sort of issues such as that, like you say, if there was to be a conceding an away goal, etc.?
Well, I don't think it changes much as far as we're concerned. We want to go out and try and be as organised as possible. We want to try and avoid conceding an away goal or away goals. Of course we do. But we also have to prepare for setbacks within the game, or if things take a turn for the worse. So I don't want to see a negative reaction if that's the case. Of course, we want to play this game with confidence and with belief. We've got a decent record at Ibrox. It's not the nicest place to come to for opposition players and teams. We expect the fans to be right up for this one. We expect the place to be rocking, and we want to give them a performance that suits that atmosphere.
Given what you said there about the fans, there will be that closed section. What sort of impact?
I think we dealt with that in the last press conference.
In terms of the atmosphere for this,
I don't think it'll affect it.
On the flip side, we're talking about, if you concede early, I suppose the ideal scenario for you is an early goal, but it's important that you don't, in a sense, drum that into the players so they don't have that in their minds and they can just go out and play their game.
Yeah, I don't think it changes much if we were to get an early goal. Of course, as a manager, that's what you want in every game you go into. But we certainly can't relax if that's the case and we do get an early breakthrough. I think we just got to focus and try and find that performance over 90 minutes. I believe if we find our top level and our best performance, I think it'll be enough. But what we can have is certain situations in the game affecting us from a mental point of view. So, if it goes against us, I don't want the players to feel sorry for themselves and that to affect how we react to that. And the same goes if we get that positive start that we're looking for and we get a breakthrough. I want the players to really stay on the gas and keep playing in a positive, aggressive way.
We spoke on Sunday about the changes that you made. You made those 5 changes. Is it nice to have that luxury in the sense that you've now got players that are refreshed?
Yeah, I think both teams will have that come this game. I think they made 8 or 9 changes at the weekend as well. We obviously made 5, and it's the idea to try and keep that freshness and that energy within the team and within the performance, certainly being at home. We know this is going to be a tough game, a tough 90 minutes. It could go longer, and that's the reason and the thinking behind the changes of the weekend. And I'm sure it was in the Legia manager's thoughts as well, because there's so much at stake tomorrow.
Do you prepare for penalties?
Yes.
Is that something that in the past you as a player felt was it advantageous in quite these type of times?
I don't think it's a big advantage because it's a completely different situation. I think taking penalties in front of 22 players and 10 members of staff is completely different to 47,000. It's very difficult to replicate that situation, but I do think, walking up and preparing your technique and having a think about where you're thinking of putting the ball and really being set in your decision before the penalties come, I think that could be helpful. So that's the reason behind it.
You've been more ruthless in times this season, perhaps last season. Do you think that is something, a mindset that's going into the team over the last few weeks?
It's something we have been working on, and we have been trying to create standards in training where when we are in front of goal we want to be clinical and as ruthless as we can, and there's no doubt about it in the next couple of fixtures that are coming up, but the one we're focused on tomorrow, I don't expect us to be in a situation where we're creating wholesale chances, but I do believe and have confidence that the right chances will come at the right time, and we have to have players who step up and take them.
Do you think they'll change their approach in any way coming in this game?
Not drastically. I think the personnel will be very similar to the first leg. I think you can see that in the changes that were made at the weekend in their managers' thinking, so we expect the lineup to be pretty much the same. We'll have to wait and see. I think we've tried to prepare for both scenarios. If they come and try and press us, to be prepared for that, and also if they sit in a medium to low block and try and counter. So we've tried to prepare for both scenarios.
I suppose you stood up to the test in their place in terms of atmosphere. I suppose it's now the sort of challenge flips to them in that sense.
Yeah, it does. I think when the draw come out, it was nice to have the return leg at Ibrox, and as I said earlier, if we can find our level, and we have done on many occasions at Ibrox, and we can get individual players performing to the maximum, I'm confident we can progress. If we don't, we'll have problems because Legia are a good team. They're well organised and they've got good players who can hit you. So I think only our maximum will be enough tomorrow.
How vital is it to you to reach these group stages this season?
To me, from a personal point of view?
Yeah, and for the club, obviously.
I think for everyone. I think you look at this week, we had an important fixture at St Mirren that was downplayed, if you like, because of the 2 that was in the pipeline, but it was another big important 3 points. And that 3 points set up the middle and the end of the week, really. And these are the weeks why I signed up to become the Rangers manager. I'm sure Glenn will echo that. These are the games and the weeks that you want to be part of as being part of Rangers. These are the weeks that the fans want. And I'm really excited and looking forward to the next 4 or 5 days.
What would it mean for the club, the players, the fans to have that European football until Christmas?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think when you sign up to Rangers, you have a responsibility to compete on all fronts, and Europe is a big part of that for different reasons. One, to obviously try and add to the history and tradition of the club, and also from a financial point of view as well.
How significant would it be to do it 2 years on the trot? Does that begin to create even more of a mentality about the club that this is what is expected? European football almost becomes the norm as the seasons go on?
Well, I think whatever the outcome, that'll always be the message. That's the standards, and that's what we try and instill into players, that the expectations of the club on a yearly basis is to try and reach Europe. So that won't change whatever happens on Thursday night, but it would be nice, and it would be a decent achievement to do it 2 years on the spin, for sure.
Any questions for Glenn?
Glenn, obviously you'll echo the manager when he says that's why you sign up to play for a club like Rangers for these European games.
Yeah, definitely. You want to be at a big club like this and be playing these kind of big games. You've got 2 big games coming up in this week, but our main focus is on Thursday.
And how are the players feeling going into it? Is there that belief that you've got enough there?
Yeah, definitely. All the boys are up for it, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Take it there's no danger of minds wandering to Sunday's game. This is a huge match in its own right.
Yeah, like I said, full focus is on tomorrow's game.
Any team news, Stephen? Any injuries or anything?
No, Shea managed to go out this morning. He seems okay, but he'll be checked to see there's no reaction later on and in the morning. So we'll make a late decision on Shea. Besides that, I think we're okay. We're pretty healthy.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Old School Blue. Welcome back, gentlemen. The manager, professional as ever. Glenn Kamara's got the weirdest Finnish accent I've ever heard, but no injuries as such. Ojo, maybe he's out training, so looks as if we'll get everybody to pick from. JFK.
Yeah, I watched that today. It looks as if everybody's fit and ready to go. So pleased about that, and the gaffer's telling us they're ready, and he answered the question that you asked about penalties. Are they ready for penalties? Of course we are. We'll practice it. It's different in front of 22 than 50,000. So, the team will be ready. And like yourself, Glenn Kamara, it's the most weird Finnish accent I've ever heard. And again, he threw off the thing with the silly question. He's already answered all the questions about the fans not being there, so he wasn't need to answer it again for that same try to sensationalise it. So
he handles the press very well.
Very
well. They're just trying to trip him up. They're trying to trip young Kamara up as well. I thought Kamara did well. They only answered about 3 questions. Mind you, there's only about 3 questions put to him. But they saw he was quite good. And I don't know whether they see these players and they think they're all dummies or something like that, but the young lad handled himself very, very well, answered the questions as curtly and as nicely as he possibly could. Manager as well, unbelievable, really good with him. And yeah, the silly questions were soon slapped down. I've got great pride in the manager. I just, seriously, I don't want to jump away too far ahead, but the fear starts to run in me that we could lose this guy, and I don't want that. We must get ourselves sorted out. Can't afford to lose him. Brilliant manager.
In this project, for short term, he's the catalyst of the whole thing, the manager.
Aye, without a doubt. I hope he stays for his 4-year stint and puts the package together that he finally wants to see at the end of 4 years. I hope we win the leagues in between then. I hope we win cups in between then, and I hope we qualify for Europe in between then. I didn't think the press conference was as bouncy as it normally is. I think the question about the fans took a wee bit of wind out of his sails, and I don't think he actually recovered for that myself personally. I thought he was downbeat, and too many questions answered about Legia Warsaw. We'll win tomorrow night because we're the better team. Don't worry about it. I mean, there's only one score that can take it to penalty kicks, and that is 0-0. And as soon as somebody scores that option is out the window. So I don't know why they're concentrating on a 0-0. I doubt very much that Rangers will fail to score.
Mm-hmm. They're only wanting the manager to trip himself up. That's all it is. They must have asked about 15 or 16 questions there. That some of that stuff has probably been answered 3 or 4 times, and the rest of it's quite logical. Just what you said there. There is only one result that will get into extra time, and that's a 0-0. Everything else is for everybody. It's wide open. I can't stand them. I really can't. Sorry, pal.
Aye, well, I'm beginning to understand where you're coming from, well, mate. You know. Aye, so we move on. So there wasn't any real hints of selection. I don't think we can read too much that Glenn Kamara took the press conference. That automatically means he's playing. But I think what we can tick in the box, if everybody's fit, Alan McGregor will start in goal, JFK.
I could imagine so, aye. Yeah, definitely. Alan McGregor's a goalkeeper, without a doubt. When you start going to the back four, obviously some of us have got different ways they would like it to go, but I think for me it's just a tried and tested. For me it's got to be Tav, Goldson, Katic, and I would go with Flanagan instead of Barisic.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my back four.
I just got a funny feeling Barisic might play tomorrow night, mate. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, if you'd have said to me on Saturday, I don't think we'd see Barisic in the next 3 games.
No.
There you go. But
agree with that.
I'll not be surprised if Flanagan's playing. But Bridgeman, your back four?
I would go with the 3, the strongest the back 4 he can get, and I would actually play Barisic because I would suggest he wants to, shall we say, nurture the good form and the wee bit bonus he got with the free kick. So he's got a bit of danger in him. He was happy. I would imagine he's really full of confidence now, and hopefully he goes out and if he gets picked, he goes out on Thursday and shows the world, particularly Rangers world, what he's got, and plays on the top of his game. A beautiful stadium, beautiful pitch. There's no excuses for him not playing well, unless it's snowing or something like that. But it's really, it's there for him. Please, Warner, just go out and do it. Take the free kicks when they come, pal, and put them in the net.
What about yourself, Fox? How do you see he's lining up the back 4?
I agree with Jimmy. I think Flanagan will come in. Did you say Flanagan, Jimmy?
I did, mate.
I
think Flanagan.
I think he'll be the normal back 4. McGregor in goals, Tav, Katic, Goldson, and Flanagan, mate.
Mm-hmm. All right. If anybody sees it different, what's the number, JFK?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Fox?
You can join us at rangersradio.online on Skype, and we'll bring you into the call.
All right. And what can they talk about, Bridge?
We can talk about all things Rangers. All things Rangers.
Yep. So we're all pretty much similar there, just Flanagan and Barisic. So we move into the midfield where there is options. I think Stephen Davis will play, and I think Ryan Jack will play, and I think Aribo will play. JFK then, Bridge.
Jack, Davis, and Aribo. That'd be my Aribo, Jack.
Yeah, I'd say the same. They look the strongest. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised, for instance, I wouldn't object if he brought in Kamara, because I like Kamara, no bad player. And of course, I hate to slip it in, but he was at the what do you call it, the press conference. So some people like to say, well, if they're at a press conference and playing, it wouldn't surprise me. But no problems anyway. Aribo, for me, him and the 3 that we've mentioned, I think they were best midfielders.
Fox, do you see it any different?
No, I do not. I think that's for strongest midfield. Aribo, Jack, and Stephen Davis.
Talking about strong midfields, we'll be joined by Big Ulster. Evening, big man.
Good evening, lads. How are you?
Hi, Ulster.
How we doing, mate?
Hi, doing all right, thanks.
Hi. How do you see the midfield tomorrow, mate?
Just the same as you guys. I would play Jack Davis and Aribo, and depending on what levels they are for Sunday, if anyone maybe gets a wee niggle or anything, then I'll be more confident, to take if we have to take one out to play Kamara, because we've seen him doing very well in an Old Firm at Ibrox before, But tomorrow night I would start with those 3.
Yeah.
All right, big Ulster then. We move on to the forward three players. If that's the way you accept we're going to play, I think it'll be similar to the shape of the team will be similar to the away tie, but we'll try and close down a bit more and try and force them back. So who's you say playing up front, mate?
Well, I think so far he's preferring the Ardfield, Ojo, and Morelos. I think that's who he'll probably go with. Depending on Ojo and how fit he is. But if we have to, if he's not fully fit with that wee injury, still a wee niggle there, I wouldn't mind leaving him to Sunday to fully rest up and put Jones in there.
Yeah, Morelos for me, Arfield, who hasn't been called into the Canadian squad, which is good news. I hear them whisper that they left a lot of the European-based guys out so they'll be back for the next one, their World Cup qualifiers, I think. That's what I read. But Arfield, Morelos, similar thoughts to is Ojo in front of Jones at the moment? Maybe he is. Jones was excellent against Midtjylland away, but we'll just need to wait and see how that pans out. JFK, then Bridge.
I'm going to go for Arfield, Jones, and Fred. I don't think Ojo will play tomorrow. I know he's injury free now, but Ojo's not done. I thought the last game there. I know Jones wasn't as well, but I prefer Jones to Ojo at the moment. So Arfield, Jones, and Fred.
Sorry, pal. I wouldn't be surprised if we were looking at Arfield at the weekend there, and he looked. Well, people were saying he looks kind of, shall we say, shaky, fitness-wise. Maybe he looked dead in his feet. Those kind of statements. Hopefully the managers looked at that and there is nothing wrong with him, in which case they would play him. But like Ojo, if there's any hint at all of any shall we say, injury or unfitness, then I don't want him to play tomorrow night. I want him to stay off and ready for Sunday. And I would put in, given that, I would put in Ojo and Jones playing alongside Morelos. That's what I'd play. Providing Ojo's fit,
Mm-hmm. What happens if Ojo's no fit?
I wouldn't have any problem with young Hasty coming in or somebody like that coming in. No problem at all. No problem.
Fox, he's been at the funny things again. And you come, mate.
I agree with most people. There'll be Arfield, Ojo, and Morelos. We need people that can take chances. Ojo stands out to me a wee bit better than Jordan Jones because he can score goals, and tomorrow night we'll need people up front that can hit the back of the net.
He's got about 4 goals, Ojo, has he?
Mm-hmm.
Plus a large number of assists.
Aye. Jones has got a few assists as well, but I don't think Jones has got any yet, has he?
No.
I don't think Jones has scored yet. Lots of assists.
Ulster.
I've already given mine. Yeah, sorry.
All right, your forwards, aye?
Yeah.
Did I miss you?
No, he was first.
Right.
No, I was first. Remember I said if Ojo's not fully fit, he'll maybe leave him to Sunday.
I've got that Alzheimer's coming.
Unless there's 2 people from Ulster here.
I can't remember. Maybe I was sorry, big man.
That's terrible.
So the substitutes could be important tomorrow night. Ulster. I'll listen this time, yeah. So you've got to pick your subs for to think about the tie. So who would you have?
Oh, subs. Well, definitely Highlander in case anything happens on either centre backs.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Borna Barisic will be there in case anything happens to Flanagan. Probably have Jones on the bench in case one of their players are maybe getting a wee bit fatigued. Ojo, just for talk's sake, a bit like the last game, I would put him on if we need to. Obviously Defoe for Morelos, if that needs to be changed. And the last one, I would probably have Kamara in there just in case anything happens, any of our middle 3.
Right. JFK.
My 7 subs would be Ford,
You need to
Helander.
name. Do you know all on the bench now? Is it the
No,
rules
it's
changed?
18. 18.
Is it?
You've right. Ford, Helander, Barisic, Halliday, Defoe, Haystay, and Kamara. That'd be my 7 subs. So that's, I think, who would be best for me anyway with the team I've picked.
So Ford, Helander, did you say Katic?
No, Ford.
Oh, Katic is playing, sorry.
Katic, but Ford, Helander, Barisic, Halliday, Defoe, Haystay, and Kamara.
Right.
That'd be the ones I'd be the team I've picked because I'm taking Barisic out of the equation and playing Flanagan here, so I would have Barisic still on the bench.
All right, I think it'll be important tomorrow night for both games, tomorrow night and Thursday night, that we maybe use my squad, Fox.
I think Jimmy nearly nailed it on there, but I think the boy King might be on the bench tomorrow. I see him and possibly Kamara being on the bench. Ford obviously is a backup goalkeeper. But I'd agree with the rest of Jimmy's subs. I wouldn't have Hasty in there at all, mate, you know. Jones.
I think he wants to see what Hasty can do, so he's included him in the last couple of games, isn't he? So but he's not giving him a game, Fox, but maybe a chance.
He's East 5, didn't he?
He's going to East 5. Apart from that, he's the last couple of games we've not seen him.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we've still got a good quote. No, I never thought of King, Fox, and obviously we've not mentioned Polster or Edmondson, so we've still got a lot of good players in the background waiting to try and get a game. So aye, good pool of players.
King, Kamara, Defoe, Barisic or Flanagan, depending on what way we go. Foderingham. Poor Andy Halliday seems to be missing out a lot, Bridgeman.
Yeah, and he was one of the ones you would put in as a stand-in for basically you pen him in for the left-hand side, both for left back, cover for left back, or in fact midfield, because he was pretty good. But I honestly think I've tried to say this about Halliday. Much as I love him, he will be a good pool squad man, but I don't think he's going to star very much. I've been wrong before, of course. I don't think he's going to star for us very much longer, because as we go on, we appear to be getting the levels higher. So we're going up a level, and every season or every 6 months, whenever the windows are there, we're going to bring people in. If we do, and they're going to be theoretically anyway, but they're going to be a higher quality, and they're stepped up. And if anybody in our teams and our squads, if they can't reach and attain that level, then they'll just fall by the wayside until such times as their contract is done. I really believe that sincerely. And we won't be bringing anyone else at the level of, for instance, Halliday. I just don't see it. You guys could maybe find out that I'm wrong, but I can't see it. I can't see Halliday.
Is there so many homegrown players going to be in your squad now, Fox? Is there no some ruling about that?
Aye, there is, but I don't know exactly how it works, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're short numbers in that department. That was why we only had a squad of 22 here in Warsaw, didn't we?
I think it only matters with certain players have got to be. We had a whole load of youngsters, remember, and they just weren't counted. So they had to drop out 2 players because we got it down to 22. But along with that 22, there was 3 or 4 youngsters on top of that, you know.
All right, I think we're basically all singing roughly off the same hymn sheet with the team and the squad all started.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, for Andy Halliday, I like Andy Halliday. I think he's good to have in the squad as a utility man who can come on. If you get an injury or someone who can come on maybe in the weaker games, and he'll play anywhere for you in the midfield or defence or at left back without giving much trouble or with his head down or anything. He'll just do the best job he can. But I don't see him as a player coming off the bench and changing the game for you like the other names we've mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
in the small cup games, or I mean this a League Cup games like that, where the Rangers feel as if they could take it on. Halliday, I mean, he stands in as captain and things like that, so he's well respected and well thought of within the Rangers, with the Rangers players and the Rangers management. So I think he could find himself in a wee niche in there. But seriously, I don't see him ever being a first pick unless we're really desperate, So
is there any room for sentiment, JFK?
What you talking about, Halliday?
Aye.
No. And Andy Halliday will understand that. I mean, he's not just a badge kisser. We know where Andy Halliday comes from, what he's all about. There's no room for sentiment. I mean, he'll although he's no on a part playing at that particular moment in time, his heart will be pounding the same as all yours will be for the team to win. So sentiment doesn't come into it. We all know.
I'll not buy you a drink for all time's sake tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you better believe you will. No, I mean, I think we've all agreed here 100%. When Andy Halliday, most of the time, that when he's been called upon, that he's performed to the best of his ability, and he's not let us down most of the time. So if he's asked to come on and perform whatever way the gaffer asks him tomorrow, he will do it. So sentiment doesn't come into these types of games, Oxford, you know that yourself. So the gaffer will pick the team accordingly. So for me, it's got to be Flanagan. And Barisic is kind of pushing his sail up there, maybe to second place. But still, for me, Barisic is the third choice left back. I know the goal he scored there, and he had a reasonable game. But for me, he's still got to convince me that he's a Rangers player. So I'm still got my doubts about him. Mm-hmm. That's why I would put Flanagan in there ahead.
I understand that, mate. I mean, he scored a free kick, but it wasn't magnificent. And
no.
Sunday, we've got to be. He won us the game. There's no doubt in that. But his play was average. If I've been fair, Ulster.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. But you know what it's like. You score a goal, and sometimes supporters can go over the top. But I think if you looked at his overall performance, he wasn't magnificent. There was a couple of chances that St Mirren got that were from his area in the pitch, crosses, etc. So, but he didn't do a lot wrong. It was good to see him coming in. It was good to see him getting his goal. Hopefully that really pushes him on and gives him a lot of confidence. But as you say, if you took the goal out of it, I don't think too many people would have been pinpointing his performance as a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. I mean, he wasn't bad, Bridgeman, but he was forgetting about his free kick, which was absolutely excellent. But he was steady. That's all he was.
I think for a while before he scored the free kick, you could see his head was still a bit down, and most of his game, when he got the ball, he was pushing it back to the Helander or one of the others, but even back to the goalie. So he wasn't taking any chances. Let someone else who can build it, because at the end of the day, he was supposed to be part of the shall we say, out in the wing. So he had to be there to get the ball. But a lot of the times he was coming back, the ball was past him, and he just pushed it back to the keeper or over there. So everything he did appeared to be safe. And yeah, I agree with what Ulster was saying. A couple of times he was kind of caught out, particularly for pace. So that's always difficult when you're left back, because caught any of your full back get caught out for pace. Very difficult. But I noticed, for goodness sake, I really did like it. He didn't let the guy go side of him. Each time the guy got a cross in, fair enough, but it was not goal side.
Anyway, we've been joined by a caller, Bridge. Evening, caller.
Good evening, guys. Great show tonight, by the way.
Give us your name, mate.
The name's Frank.
Frank, yeah, you're very, very quiet, Frank. I don't know you that well. You might know me, but you're sounding quiet.
Is it any better now, guys?
We can hear you, mate, but it's just a bit low. What's on your mind, mate? Obviously, we're talking about the team at the moment for tomorrow night. What's your thoughts?
The team tomorrow night, I think, I would start Barisic at left back for sure. The attacking prowess is needed down the left flank. Let's make no bones about it. We need a goal, and Barisic is the attacking player that I would go with. I don't know what you think.
I'll pass you to somebody who you'll understand better than me. Yeah, Big Ulster.
Yep, I am.
Hey, Frankie, how about you, mate?
How's it going, dude?
Dead on.
So I'm just saying we should be starting with Barisic at left back tomorrow night.
Yeah, I get your point, mate. I get your point, with the attacking side of the game. But I just think when it comes to tomorrow night's game and Sundays, I just have a feeling they'll definitely go with Flanagan. Could be wrong, though. And, if Barisic plays it and he puts in a great performance, I'll be absolutely delighted. But I just have a feeling that Gerrard trusts Flanagan a bit more for these games. I think that's probably why he's actually rested him.
You could be right. I personally do like John Flanagan. I mean, he bleeds red, white, and blue, and I do like. He puts his all in every challenge, and that's a big box ticked for me. In that case, but going forward, obviously he does lack the attacking attributes of Barisic.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Frank, what's the rest of your team? Before we go to a new caller, mate. We've got a new caller coming in, but what's the rest of your team, Frankie?
No worries, guys. All the best.
Give the rest of your team, mate. Give the rest of your team for tomorrow night.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. So I would go with obviously Griggsy in goal.
Yeah.
Captain at right back. I would stick Goldson and Kadic centre backs, and I would go Aribo, Davis, and Jack.
Yep.
And I would go. I know Ojo's carrying a bit of a knock, I believe.
Yeah, but he trained today.
Right. Well, I would maybe stick him on the left, Arfield on the right. That sort of role he plays, and I would the Buffalo up top.
Yeah, he's a main man for the Buffalo, isn't he?
I mean, Defoe can finish, but Buffalo's a better all-round striker.
All right, mate. Listen, thanks for the call, and don't be a stranger.
No worries, guys. I've been listening the last few weeks, but I thought I'll give a ring in tonight and sort of give me thoughts.
Brilliant, mate. We're always looking for new callers, new people, new viewpoints of view.
And I just also want to say, guys, about the ban on this FARE, this nonsense. I think they're targeting us.
We're going to be discussing that after 10 o'clock, mate, and I think you're right. I think we're in a different kind of war at the moment, yeah?
Yep, definitely. All right, guys, I'll continue listening.
All right, thanks very much for the call, Frank.
Right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Frank.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, dude. Thank you. Bye.
We've been joined by another caller. Evening, caller.
How you doing, buddy?
I
was just, Swiddy.
How are we doing, Woody? Where's Buzz?
No bother. Everything's cool, mate. I just saw on a website there, mate, on BBC, and there's new charges against Rangers for UEFA.
They broke it. It broke about 8 o'clock tonight, mate.
It's unbelievable. So what it's saying is that if they do get through in Europe, they're not going to take away tickets.
We've seen that, mate. We're going to be discussing that after 10 o'clock. There's been a further development since then. There's been a statement put out for Club 1872, which is obviously came for the club.
So terrible sort
of. Well, we're in a war, as Frankie says. We're going to have to be smarter, mate, and not leave ourselves open. Do I like it? No, I don't. Do I think people have been underhand? Do I think there's an agenda? Yes, I do. Bridgeman.
Are we discussing we're not starting that discussion yet, are we?
Well, the boys asked a question, Mickey.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was speaking about the ban. Sorry, I do apologise. What was the question, pal? Is that Woody?
I just think it's a disgrace where it's every time before a big game or just after a big game or coming up to an Old Firm match, something that's things like that's coming out all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, historically it's been like that. I mean, they normally use their press quite successfully, approaching any game that is a very important import to Rangers. They will come out with some negative crap, or they'll send out their hounds. Tom Boyd's a favourite. He'll come out and he'll say that John Gregg was this, what, or next thing. So something very, very negative, and they'll send Sutton out to invariably. These are the people they send out. if they've not got an actual story, they'll make one up. Those people will make one up, and it's all negative to just wind or rile or denigrate Rangers. And you look at it now. I mean, tonight's news, BBC Scotland, it was 3 or 4 minutes of Celtic going away to to Sweden, blah 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 blah. And not one single word that the Rangers were playing tonight or tomorrow night. Not one single word. So that's the kind of stuff we're all about.
I know, it's a disgrace, but that's the only thing I came on to say about Europe, mate. I just think it's a disgrace. Every time Rangers are getting on their feet, they're trying to knock us down with a baseball bat.
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
Maybe we're smarter, get stronger together, mate, and we'll become unstoppable, mate.
Well, listen, I stay just at the piggery, right? And the things that happen going by my window is unbelievable for these cunts.
Oh, it's unbelievable, mate.
I'm sorry, buddy, but it's a disgrace.
I don't disagree with your sentiment, mate. I just don't want to hear it.
I know, mate. I know.
I know how frustrating it is, and you know, get a new house.
Can't he sell that one? Unless a puddle drinker buys it.
Listen, I love staying here because you've always got the Orange Walkman by as well. So you've got the best bit of the world, then you've got the bad bit. And the good bit is I find a bottle fat and I play Orange music when I walk by and I think somebody up the top fat's for it. So I don't care.
Good on you, buddy. Listen, we're going to be discussing that after 10 o'clock, mate. But
right, guys, I'm going to go anyway. I love you and leave you, but you're doing a brilliant job. Keep the good work up.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much for the call, mate.
Right, thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers. But a lot of people waiting for a gun to go off at 10 o'clock, Jeff.
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely. It shows you the interest there is, Oxdear, in this particular subject. And obviously it's because it's our club. But really and truly, these are really, really serious times for us. And when you think about it, there can be nothing else but a different agenda to everybody else. A completely different agenda to everybody else. And that statement from Club 1872, once again, it's telling you it's hitting the nail straight in the head. And if any fans anywhere who support the Rangers, they've got to watch what they're doing. I know, pal, I know. I'm rattling.
I think you can tell, and everybody, yourself, Bridge, and Fox, Ulster, Oxyear, myself, and the guys that have come in so far and spoke, that we've all got a kind of a feeling a bit down, what's happened, and obviously after 10 o'clock we'll discuss it. So, we are. I was saying to Oxyear today, me and him were chatting today on the phone and that, and before this statement came out, and we were, if the right word, we were bouncing, looking forward to the night show, and you get hit with this, but hey ho.
There's worse things happen to us, mate. We just have to be smarter, as I keep saying. Right, big game tomorrow night for a lot of reasons, Fox, but Europe's on revenue at the moment, eh?
Sorry, mate.
Fox?
I just got the caller on the line, mate.
It's not just any caller, it's the one and only George Logan. Evening, George.
Oh, Georgie boy.
All right, Ox, how you doing, boys?
All right, mate. All right.
All right, George. All right.
Just come back to the actual talking about the game there, Ox. I kind of disagree much about what you're actually saying about the players and who I would select, but being at the game on Sunday and watching the game, I actually think Barisic gets away with an awful lot with scoring that goal. Ox, you can't take it away from him. It was an absolute screamer, but for me, still, it did go wrong in our team are coming down his side. It looked like people were just passing him by. We'll not get chances like that with this mob no more. They're a lot higher standard than up against Sunday. So if he's in that side and he gets ripped a new one, he might not last the 90 minutes. So I'm not saying Flanagan's the greatest left back in the world, Ox, but
you're starting him, are you? You start Flanagan in the next two games.
Ox, can I be honest with you? I see a lot of folks got to disagree with what I'm about to say here, but I would start Flanagan in the morning and start Halliday on Sunday, Ox. That's just my honest opinion.
Well, Flanagan, that's how it worked out last season. Andy Halliday started the first game, was excellent, and John Flanagan started the second game and was excellent.
The thing for me, Ox, I mean, I think I've lost a lot of confidence in the boy Barisic. I thought he was going to be a world beater when he came here. I really did. But a lot of folk, I was talking to my mate about it today, and he seemed to think he should start. But my honest opinion, I think that free kicks papered there a lot of cracks for the boy in Sunday, Ox, because I thought it was terrible again. It's maybe just me looking through eyes where I just didn't want him anymore, and that's maybe the way it is. I think we paid a lot of money for a guy, and I just don't think he's good enough, Ox. It doesn't look interested, Ox. I think he's good enough, but doesn't look interested, and that's
maybe he's too tall to be a full-back, George.
Maybe that's what it is, Ox. Maybe that's what it is, or maybe he just doesn't look interested, because I think that's honestly what it is. And for anybody that come to a club the size of yours, and not be interested, Ox, is there's something far wrong. And I can people can say you can be homesick and things like that, Ox, but
we're past all that now, mate. We're past all that. As soon
as you go that white line, you should want to play for a club like us. So for me, Ox, the more I would go with Flanagan. I don't think he's the greatest left back in the world. And Sunday I would go with Halliday, and I don't think he's the greatest left back in the world. But I think I've got more of a hurt than Borna Barisic.
I suppose at Ibrox, George, Barisic would be the choice at a home game. If I plunked for Flanagan as well, because I think he's a stronger fullback, but to get decent quality on the bench, you maybe be as well with Flanagan on the bench, because he can cover two positions and allow you to get that maybe that other like king onto the bench and give us more options in the attacking sense, you know.
So that's the other way to look at it as well, folks. Of course it is. That's the other way to look at it. But I think the morning, folks, the chances that we gave St Mirren on Sunday came down that side, even just the cross that hit the post, hit McGregor's post. I think it was just a cross, and it came down that side as well. And just running back after we were on attacks and that, if they hit us on the break, we can't afford to have guys just not really interested in getting back. We've got to be back behind the ball straight away. Everybody to a man, like Bridgman was saying, getting your line set up again and defending for the back again. He wasn't doing that for me and Fox, and it's a bit of a shame, because I thought he was a good player when he first came to Rangers, actually.
Fair comment.
I don't think there's too much disagreement. I think the only reason people would maybe have Barisic in the team tomorrow night would be because he's attacking playing, because you think he's got a wee bit more of a threat than Flanagan. But I think defending, most people would put Flanagan ahead, Big Ulster, than JFK.
Yeah, I know, like Frankie there, come on, we can understand there's supporters that want them on because we obviously need to win the match tomorrow to go through. And I can see that point. But I just think when it comes to trusting a player at the minute, I think he trusts Flanagan more than he trusts anybody else. That's why he played in the Michelin game. And that's why he played the away leg, Beast League as well. So I think that's who we'll see tomorrow. But I hope that, as it was said before there earlier, hopefully that goal has given Barisic a bit of confidence. Hopefully it is just a confidence thing and not an attitude thing. Like Georgia said there, we hope that's not the case. But time will tell how long Barisic has left with us.
Yeah, I can't argue with Ulster's assessment there. As I said, for me it's got to be Flanagan, a better tackler. I know the aerial threat and the free kick, and he's crossing the ball and going forward. Is obviously better than Flanagan. But for me, Barisic is not done enough for me now to say that he merits to be put in their first team. So I mean, it's all right saying, as I said before, he scored a cracking world-class goal, had a very mediocre game. Don't forget what he's done before that was poor, so the gaffer shouldn't be making a mistake and saying play him because he scored that goal, And I can understand what you're thinking as Ox here about playing at Ibrox and that, but for me, it's got to be Flanagan for me. I think for any threat coming for there, it's got to be Flanagan.
If it wasn't for this left back position, we wouldn't be debating a lot in the team, would be Fox.
Oh, we would not. It's the only position that seems to be a problem at the moment for us. So eventually we'll resolve it.
Oh, aye. Sorry, JFK. Sorry, I didn't make cut.
No. You're right. But That is my problem position. You're 100% correct. You know that is the only position, apart from we've all agreed that we would probably need a third striker as a backup striker in the event of two strikers being out for any reason. But we need a left back, and if Barisic is not going to be that, then it's going to be Andy Halliday or John Flanagan. But I would rather we went out and go a left back if Barisic is not going to make it for us. So it needs to get that sorted and get it sorted before the 2nd of September. If he, no.
Sorry.
No, on you go.
I was just about to come in and say 100% agree with that. He has to make up his mind whether he's going to use Barisic, if he's going to use him, and if he likes his skills or whatever it is he's trying to do with him from a coaching perspective. If he doesn't think he's going to do it, I don't think we can go through the rest of the season depending on John Flanagan. Not that there's anything wrong with John Flanagan, but you'll start to see an imbalance creeping in quite quickly. We might get away with it, and I think you couldn't ask for a better deputy than John Flanagan. He's all heart. He puts in a really, really good tackles, which it spurs everybody on and everything. But really and truly, we've got a position in our team. Then we're at a certain level. We really need to get a fullback at that level. Every player that's in our team should be at a certain level, or when anybody we bring in should be above it, in my opinion. And I don't think Flanagan's even at that level, but he's number one for going in there with their tackles and winning the ball. No problems at all. Even Andy Halliday, as I said earlier, he'll go in, he'll do a shift for you. No problem at all. But we need a real left back, and he's got to have confidence in Barisic or replace him. That's the way I feel about it.
All right. I mean, it was George that came in and raised the point, and that's all. Most of the debate about position players and all that this season has been this left back position, that.
Yeah, indeed. But the whole season has been the fact it was heading that way from last season as well. You know, have we got a left back and so on and so forth? We don't know what our manager's thinking, but we can see it. We've watched Flanagan. Sometimes you can see he's not really letting you down, and he goes in. He likes to get a tackle in, and he's quite a tough wee guy. No problems there. I'm saying wee guys are bigger than me, but he's quite tough, you know. And that's what you're looking for in a fullback. It's just a pity he's not left-footed for the position we're looking. That's all.
It would help him. I think he's hamstrung sometimes because he's no left foot at all.
Yeah.
You know, he does a reasonable job for being so right-footed. Last word on it to George Logan before we go to the tune.
I think maybe the problem is it's not a problem, but I think the thing is, I think we're all delighted, everyone, as Jimmy, yourself and Fox and Ulster there, you were all naming the team and things like that, and we're all delighted with the team, we're all looking forward, we're all happy with the players, centre half, the Big Tab, we've got the good midfielders, a good striker. I think we're focusing on this one position because he's not actually a natural left back, as Flanagan, near Andy Halliday, but he's done a job for us, and we paid a lot of money for Barisic, so I think that's the only reason, to be honest, Ox. But going coming into last season into this season, and the only problem we really got is the left back. I'm delighted with the squad, Ox, so I'm not going to go over the top, to be honest.
Here. Well, get yourselves a mute and we'll have a tune.
All along the walls of the Ibrox halls are pictures of legends of old, making history for the world to see. The stories of glories unfold. We are the legendary Rangers. We wear the legendary blue. Today, forever, and for always. We are Rangers through and through. Well, the legends come and the legends go.
was it took us, and that was the only tune we could come up with. You could play.
Legendary Rangers, absolutely.
And
we don't do walking away.
Yeah, quite apt, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
It's funny how things for your history can come back and be apt in the future.
I'll tell you what. When Ali McCoy was interviewed at his car and he said somebody said something to him, he said, no, we're the Rangers, we don't do walking away. Fabulous. That endeared me to him. Yeah. And I'll thank him forever for saying that.
I know he listens, mate.
He does.
Aye, I know he listens. Anyway, right. Here we go. Just like the rest of these, sitting quietly, waiting for some personal stuff, and the next thing my phone starts beeping and bleeping, and what's happened, looks online, seen a statement for the club, and was in shocked. I don't know if anger's the right word, shocked or disappointed, and disappointed for the fans as well, but Bridgeman, you can go first, mate.
Can I read out the statement, or you want to hear it?
The
Rangers statement.
It's going to be a long statement because we've got the 1872 statement as well, mate.
Well, do you want me to just want to talk about it then?
Aye, just look, just read out the statement and on you go.
Okay, it's the Rangers statement, right? So Rangers has today informed UEFA's controls, ethics and disciplinary body that the club will not be requesting tickets for its next European away match. The club now faces an additional UEFA charge of racist behaviour for sectarian singing during the first leg of our Europa League playoff tie against Legia Warsaw last Thursday. We are liaising with UEFA in relation to the second charge. The first charge came after a match against St Joseph's at Ibrox on Thursday, July the 18th, a consequence of sectarian singing from section BF1 of the ground that evening, is that UEFA ordered a partial closure of our stadium for tomorrow night's crucial game. Those fans responsible for this partial closure at Ibrox Stadium need to understand that they are damaging our club. If there is a further incidence of tomorrow at tomorrow night's match, this could lead to a ground closure. The same applies to those who indulged in sectarian singing in Warsaw last week, and that is why we have taken the decision to make UEFA aware that we will decline tickets for our next away match, even though this means that once again the many must suffer because of the few. This kind of behaviour has no place at Ibrox or anywhere else where our many teams may appear. Offenders must please stop. You are endangering your club, which has recently launched it's everyone, anyone project aimed at welcoming all to Ibrox. Those who wish to sing such offensive songs must realise by now that they are insulting Rangers players, staff and fellow fans. There is nothing clever, bold or even defiant in what this small number of supporters are doing. By supporting Rangers in the correct way, the rest of us must strive to protect our great club. One way or another, this offensive behaviour must end, and it would be much more preferable if we stopped it ourselves by simply by behaving like true Rangers fans. End of statement.
All right, thanks for that, Bridge. But we were trying to get some clarity from the club since that broke between that and the start of the show. People were beavering away in the background, and the staunchest who runs my Twitter was in dialogue with the SLO to see if we'd possibly get him on the show just to see where we stood, to let people know. It wasn't possible, but there was some dialogue, and we thank Greg Marshall for that. What he's come back with is, whatever my personal views is Article 14 of UEFA's disciplinary rules that states that anything considered either racist or discriminatory would cause us to fall foul of the rules. Have a look at them. It's race, religion, ethnicity, skin colour, gender, sexuality. Any songs that fall foul of those laws could cause us to be closed if sang tomorrow. We come back and ask the question if words were changed, and the answer was that in short term I wouldn't risk it. So I think what he's telling us that certain songs have to be cut out, and I think everybody's adult to know for Article 14 of youth, as disciplinary rules state that anything considered of the list I already mentioned would fall foul, so we have to be really smart going forward. I'm going to go to JFK only because it's a motive subject for the big man.
It's a shocking thing to happen to us. This came from nowhere, innit? Because this additional charge. You can probably hear my voice. It's just, it's quite disturbing that this has happened. And we'll probably get into that later on in the next few days. Where it's came from. But what I can say about it, I'm regularly on the UEFA website, and what I can tell you is that since the start of this month, August, there's more than us that have had closures, guys. Some clubs have been having to play behind closed doors, so we can all say all we want about Lywell and things like that, and I can understand that, but we need to get our house in order here. The board have not got a backbone as far as I'm concerned. I don't think they've done enough for us, as fans. I think they should come out and help us. Not just about what songs can and cannot be sang. But
I think when we come to the 1872, which is the mouthpiece of the board, let's be honest about it, yeah? I think when we come to that statement, which I think the Bold Bridge has got, have you got it, Bridge?
I have indeed, yes.
All right, mate. JFK raised it for the board. Let's hear what they've answered with, and I think this will start maybe.
Hello.
Hello, how we doing?
Not too bad, sir. It's Lurgan here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how we doing?
Hello. It's Greg.
You're very quiet, mate.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. That's good. I'm just wondering, how you I just don't see how Greg Stewart can contribute this year. In what way?
Well, can I answer that quickly, mate? We're just talking about the statement that came out for the club tonight, but can I answer that quickly for you, if that's all right?
Not a problem.
What's your name, mate, before we carry on?
Lurgan.
Lurgan? All right,
yeah.
Okay. I think Greg Stewart could have played on Sunday in the Jordan Jones role, because I think when we play games where it's going to be everybody behind the ball, or pace men when there's no grass, we need a bit of guile.
Wide is wasted.
Aye, so he should have been playing on Sunday, maybe, and beside Defoe, just for a wee bit more guile, and let the fullback overlap, who was Barisic on Sunday. That's the way I saw it. I thought that at the game before it started, but because I thought young Jones was pretty poor on Sunday because there was no space for him to work in.
Greg Stewart would be more of a worker.
Does that make sense?
However, at Aberdeen he was shite out wide.
He's a squad player for us, mate. That's all he is, mate. He's been brought in as a squad player.
I just don't understand why we would play him out wide whenever it was cleared Aberdeen out wide. He was no use. Whereas at Kilmarnock up, and through the middle. Okay.
For me, he has to be up, maybe playing some similar with Arfield links up with Defoe. He has to get near the central striker. Today's best work. Fox, you want to come in?
Have you touched on the recent UEFA?
We're just talking about that this new, Lurgan.
You're talking about what's everybody's opinions on it?
We're just going through the statements, mate, yeah? And we're just going to have the second statement for Club 1872 read out.
Yeah, what do they say about it?
Well, if you go on mute, you can hear it through your bridge.
Okay, Club 1872 statement. Club 1872 would like to echo the message from Rangers regarding the damaging charges from UEFA, both in relation to the St Joseph's match at Ibrox and the recent game in Poland against Legia Warsaw. It is clear that UEFA has taken the decision to class sectarian singing in the same bracket as racism, and as a result has a clear and rapidly escalating framework of punishments for any club charged with such offences. This means that we will quickly arrive at the point where Ibrox will be closed for a home European tie if outbreaks of sporadic sectarian singing continue. This will not only affect tens of thousands of our own supporters, but also the management team and players who would have to operate in such circumstances. This is particularly frustrating as the atmosphere generated at European games at Ibrox this season has been largely free of such sectarian songs. To be absolutely clear, songs with words and terms classed as sectarian by UEFA include the Billy Boys, any reference to Fenians or any pejorative terms about Catholics or the Pope. The charges do not relate only to one song, but to anything in the brackets above, including add-ons to otherwise inoffensive songs. We share some of the concerns over the lack of transparency, accountability and consistency in the operations of FARE, F-A-R-E. However, those concerns cannot be properly addressed while we are in a position where FARE can provide UEFA with video evidence of sectarian singing involving even a small number of Rangers supporters, as was the case in Warsaw. Club 1872 fully supports Rangers' Everyone and Anyone campaign. It is absolutely clear in the discussions that we have had in the last few weeks and months that the club will not tolerate sectarian behaviour. We will continue to work with them to ensure that there is constructive and meaningful engagement with supporters on this issue going forward. Every single Rangers supporter must now take responsibility for promoting a positive image of our club and support. Ibrox is one of the most impressive arenas in European football when it is full and noisy. We have a host of ways to generate that unique atmosphere without reverting to songs which will see the club sanctioned. Let's get Ibrox rocking on Thursday night and roar to our team with the group stages of the Europa League. End of statement.
All right, I mean, obviously it's came from Club 1872, but they're in constant dialogue with the club, so that I think there's a message in there. Mr. Fox.
One statement mirrors the other one. It looks as though, as people have been stating in the forums, a line in the sand has been drawn, and we'll need to obey the outcome of it. Look, for me, 99% of Rangers fans are not sectarian. But other people think that we are. So under it's UEFA's game or rules, and if we don't obey them, we're going to pay the price. So we'll just need to buckle down and choose from the wide range of Rangers songs and chants that we've got that don't mention these particular subjects.
All right, I'm going to go to you, Big Ulster, because obviously being also a Northern Ireland supporter, your songbook's changed, huh?
Aye, yeah, well, you know yourself, going back a lot of years ago, everybody would wear a Rangers jersey, red, white and blue, and sing certain songs, but we're getting in trouble for it. So the Northern Ireland just had to change, and that's just the way it had to be. I think it's going to be the same for Rangers. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, we have a place like Fir who don't really care about the songs we're singing. I don't buy that for a second, but they do have an agenda against our club, and they will continue to put evidence out there as long as we give them evidence, and we're just going to have to stop it. And I know there's frustration, and people are feeling picked on because maybe other teams aren't getting the same spotlight on them as ourselves, but the fact remains.
Spotlight, I like that. I see what you've done there. Spotlight.
But the fact remains that they're going to punish us, and that's just the way it is. But what has really saddened me the most over this last week is our own fans attacking each other. I think we need to have a wee bit more respect for each other. Let's not get on each other's backs, because that's what these people are wanting, in my opinion. They want us to be infighting when the club's going really good. Let's just respect each other, talk to each other like adults on social media. And at the end of the day, whether you like it or you lump it, if you continue to sing these songs, they're going to continue to punish the club. And we know what the sanctions are coming next if we don't stop. So be proud of your heritage. Sing about your heritage, of course. You know, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But we know the facts that we just can't keep doing what we're doing when it comes to sectarian singing. It's as simple as that.
George Logan.
Hi, I'm a big Ulster on this one. Everybody's bang on what they're saying. A line in the sand has been drawn. It's time for the fans to buck up their ideas and things like that. There was a bit of a grey area. Was it allowed? Was it not allowed? And people wasn't really sure. Well, now we all ken exactly what's allowed, what's not allowed, what's right and what's wrong. I think that the vast majority is on here, and probably Rangers fans will admit, we've all done it in the past. Of course,
without a doubt, George. Without a doubt.
In the past, and probably when I thought it was maybe a bit of a grey area, and there's been times recently when I've knew it's not been a grey area and I've probably not done it. I've probably stepped back and says, Ken, I know your club could get in the bother for that. Now I know my club's definitely getting into bother for that. Also, we'll not be doing it anyway. There's plenty of Rangers songs out there. Foxy's been promoting a lot of them on here recently. Blue Sea, Ibrox, all the other songs, and go through them all, and they're all great songs. And we get Ibrox rocking with that, Ox. I'm a loyalist, Ox. I'm an Orangeman. I'm a Rangers fan, but most of all, I'm a decent person, Ox. And I came what's right and what's wrong, and I can stand up and say, when I go to the football, do this. When I go to my Orange Order, my Lisbon, I'll do this, and that's the simple fact, Ox. It's not about separating, Ox. It's just becoming. It's just been knowing what's right and wrong and what's good for our club. And we've all want the best for our club. We all want to have the best players in the park, the best manager at the sidelines and things like that. And we want to have the best fans in the stand as well. And if we want to have the best fans in the stand, we're going to have to buck up our ideas and sing the proper songs. Simple as that, Ox.
Yeah.
Listen, I can imagine how emotive it is for a lot of people, and it's emotive for myself. I like the way you said we've all sung them, and you're spot on. But now there is a line in the sand, and the Club 1872 statement gives us a bit of clarity. I don't think it's clarity we need, GFK, but adults could work it out. But it's now been put in print, so the line in the sand's there, and let's just move on, and then let's hope this becomes fish and chip paper, because the trouble.
Well, can I give possible consequences if you bear away with me for 3 or 4 minutes? UEFA, right? I'll give the games, right? If you can just, without interrupting, I'm not being nasty, right? University Craiova and Budapest Honved, racist behaviour, racist chanting, setting off of fireworks, punishment decision by the Ethics Committee. Competition committee decided that University Craiova, for its third offence, would play its next 3 UEFA competition matches behind closed doors with no fans being able to attend. They are now on a probationary period of 2 years for any further action. They were also fined €60,000. Okay? That was on the 6th of August that happened. The next game was Dynamo Tbilisi. Okay? Sectarian chant and racist behaviour. They were ordered to, and displaying a sectarian banner, they were ordered to play their game behind closed doors after a second offence with a €50,000 fine. And then I could go on and on and on. Right at the top of the list is Glasgow Rangers Scotland. There's about another 8 teams below us, so we're not the only team this has happened. So obviously I've got Rangers here. The Youth Ethics Committee decided on the 23rd of August, Friday 2019, that the charges against Glasgow Rangers Football Club is racist behaviour, sectarian chants, and Article 14 of the UEFA Disciplinary Committee regulation. The committee decided that they would order a partial closure, so I don't need to go through all that about the 3,000, and that the banner would be displayed. As I said, this is the punishments, guys, that we could face. There's other teams in Europe that have been shut down for 3 games. So, like George said there, I'm for the old school as well. I'm a loyalist. I'm an Orangeman. I've done all my band things, and I love to sing my songs, but I'm not going to sing them anymore at Ibrox because I love my club and I love to go to see my club. So, with a heavy heart, I'll do that. The club have told me not to do it, so I'll obey that. So it's an emotive subject, as you said, Ox, here. But that just gives you a wee taste. I'll not read it all the other games since.
What's the point you're trying to make there, JFK, that we're not being picked on? We're one of many.
Well, I think that the whataboutery thing to me Disney wash. You know, I know we can all point the finger at Lywell and others, and
we can all say
we can all. we can all say that, that what about them and that. Never mind about what the puddle drinkers are doing. We need to get our house in order. Because all we need is some idiot tomorrow night or Sunday to be photographed or videoed singing any songs that are deemed to be banned. And then I've just read out to you there two instances. There's another 6 or 7 others which I'm not going to bore you with. Yeah, I'm saying that, it's not just about, why should they not get it and we're getting it. I'm giving you an example of the punishments that could happen. I think we need to wake up here and just decide we need to take it in the chin at this moment in time and see what the club's going to do.
If we get it right, and I'll use the word spotlight again, the spotlight goes on them even more.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I was coming to. So we need to get our house in order. I've read out the punishments that are possible. Imagine them turning in and saying that for the Europa League, once we get there, the 3 home games at Ibrox, we can't go and see our team. That would destroy me and thousands of others.
£6 million that would cost us, approx.
Aye, and we'd lose. That's what I'm saying. Anybody, the thousands that are out there listening, don't sing anything, guys and gals. Go and enjoy the game. And
don't sing. You can sing whatever you want, as long as it's the right songs, yeah?
Aye, don't sing the songs that's going to get the club into any bother. And also get yourself into bother. Once you're tagged as a sectarian bigot in court, saying there's a good chance that your work will find out or whatever. So don't take the chance, guys and gals. Just go out there and enjoy the football. And that's coming from somebody like myself who Oxshire knows very well that and me and him have sang the songs together and that are new banned. So please be careful.
It's just a case of moving on, mate. Look, it's not going to change what you feel or what you think, mate.
Of course it's not. Never.
Can't take that away, but we just have to. I don't know if it's move into the modern times, but we just have to. We have to move on, Bridgeman. Yeah, put it behind us and move on.
Yes, we have to take the next step. But as you say there, it's probably not going to change people's minds or mentality, but maybe just towards what the things that they would do or say. We're trying to change that within the stadium or the stadiums just round about the stadium there. We just don't want our club to be tarred, and it seems that's what's happened to us. I don't know how far you're going to talk about fair and things like that, but it seems that's what it is. They've got an organisation set up there who are, I don't know who's backing them, who's supporting them, but it seems that they have got a list of games that Rangers are going to be playing at, and they're going to follow Rangers. And all they're going to do is what they did 4 or 5 years ago. They would go in there, even our own police here, they would just video and listen to what's being said and target people from that. That's what it appears like. But they're doing it from a different angle. They're just reporting it to UEFA, who have got all the powers. And if we're playing the European Championships in any way description at all, Europa League or European Championships, we are going to be in a lot of trouble if we continue singing.
Bridgeman, I think, look, obviously these sanctions are coming for UEFA, and eventually they might, Article 14 might be adopted by the Scottish FA. Wouldn't surprise me, right? So we've got to be clean, and we're just got to. It's not just European ties. We've got to be smart. We've not got to have own goals. We can't no date on Thursday, then go date on Sunday. We just have to bin them and move on.
Come in there, Rox.
When you go, George.
That's a great point. I think that's what we need to. What Jimmy said there is bang on as well. We need to get our own house in order. Forget about everybody else. What about this one? What about the other thing? Ken, our biggest problem at our club now is this, so we need to sort it out. And what you just said there as well, you'll not be able to go for a Thursday or a Tuesday, whenever it is, and no singing, and all of a sudden singing again. Let's just clean up our act. I think it's about moving into modern times. I didn't believe that at all. Ox, it's about, at the end of the day, it's what the old one we used to say, that road used to be a 30 mile an hour road, it's down to a 20 mile an hour road, and you've got to follow the rules. It's simple as that. It's not about moving into times, because I think it's just about standing up to the rules at the end of the day, Ox, and not getting your club into bother. And I think that's what we need to do. Just clean our act up right across the full board, Docs, every single game. I didn't think it's. I don't agree with the rules have been put in place, but the rules have been put in place, Ox. We just need to follow them. Simple as that.
And you're entitled to that view, George.
Can I come in, Ox? Yeah.
On you go, mate.
Just to say that, look, there's a whole number of things that a lot of people, particularly boys in the lobby as well, who obviously they've got their own gripes and groans. I've got mine, but I can only ask Rangers, if the Rangers are going to find any benefit of not accepting tickets for away matches in Europe in order to take away the temptation so that the Rangers don't end up in a lot of trouble, we need to look at home now. What's going to happen at home? You just mentioned it yourself. There's a good chance the SFA and SPFL may adopt this because of the success it's having. If it happen to clear it up. And Rangers fans who travel away from home, particularly guys that travel away from home, they're going to end up getting used and abused. So I wonder if the club should maybe start thinking about refusing all away tickets and let the other clubs sell the tickets to the Rangers fans if they want to sell it. I just feel... Hold on. I'm not saying... I mean this sincerely, because if they bring this in to the Scottish area at all, the biggest club that's going to get clobbered out of all of this is going to be us.
Nah, that's what happened. That's what happened the last time, Prince, that went pear-shaped because when they changed the law, there was a certain support ended up getting done more. The plan
of course, yeah.
And if we get our house in order, we moved miles away from them. We've been joined by Wheels. How we doing, Wheels?
How we doing, guys? All right?
We're okay, mate. We're a bit flat, but we're okay.
Totally understandable, mate. But
don't suppose you mentioned flat to you, should I? That must be good.
JFK.
Yes, pal.
Just a wee question for you, mate. Right now, the other night you had said, I'm sure it was yourself. You said that if you heard other people around you singing and all that, you wouldn't tell them to stop, right? Has your stance changed on that at all now?
No, I wouldn't tell them to stop. It's not my job to tell them to stop.
Even though you know what...
The problem with that is, with the self-policing, we get it, that's all right in a perfect world. The next time we'll be getting done because of a riot in the stadium, we'll all be fighting. That's
what they want to be able to. They want is fighting amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can see where you're coming from, but I still keep that stance. No, if you were sitting beside me and you were singing the songs, batter in. It's not my job. It's a police and it's a stewards. No, I'm not there. I pay my money to go and see the Rangers. It's not up to me to worry about who's singing what beside me. The only person I would say to stop singing it if it was the people who I was with, like my sons. My sons were with me at the game as well, and I would no. But they'll not be singing them anyway. Right, they're the same as me. Well, no. But what I'm saying is no. It's up to, if you want to sing it. But there's no way I'm stopping you. It's up to somebody else to say it.
See if specific people are caught. Do you think they're looking at things like lifetime bans for like specific fans that are caught?
Potentially, Bills. Potentially, that's what we're hoping. We're hoping that people, that what we're talking about is maybe Sunday when people get a few drinks in them and we get the fourth goal goes in and we're all going nuts. You know, and people get a bit carried away. We know their motives, how their emotions run. But JFK, I've got to agree with him on this occasion, because where that would end up self-policing, somebody says to you, you can't do that, puts their hand on their shoulder, who you touching? Bang, one of these chiddy, next time there's 20 guys rolling about.
Aye, I get you for that point, aye. Mm-hmm.
That's the trouble, isn't it? That's the trouble.
I can understand when Wheels heard me talking earlier on and what I'd said the other night and that, but it's no a road I want to go down, Wheels, as I say, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for us to self-police it. They're looking for confrontation between Rangers fans, so let's not give them that. And again, it's as if I'm making a plea. I mean, and that's coming from me, everybody that knows me, no, they would laugh at it, but don't sing the songs. Just don't sing them. Go and support the Teddy Bears. Sing all the good Rangers songs. The songs we sang all the years ago, right up to the present day, the good songs, some of the good songs that Union Bears have brought into it. So,
Right. I'm glad you said that, JFK, right?
Okay.
Big Ulster, I'm going to let him just have the last word in this. And then we're just going to change the mood slightly. Yeah? Because I sense we're all a bit flat.
Yeah.
Big Ulster, on you come.
I just think it's it's how we put it across as well to each other, because I've seen it on the social media. You get people attacking each other, and the Neanderthals, the bigots need to stop. This is Rangers fans against their own. And I think it's how you put it across to somebody. If you put it across to them as an adult and have dialogue and basically just pointing to the facts of what it can do to harm the club, I think it'll come across better. I think the way you word things to people, sometimes it can make them a wee bit more pig-headed to continue on, But I think the support will move on. I think we know now, as you've all said, the line in the sand has been drawn, and it's just the way things have to go. Fair, at the end of the day, they're at every game. They're going to continue to go to every game, and they're going to continue to put all the information that they have to UEFA, and they're going to continue to hammer us, and that's just the facts of it. So we're just going to have to suck it up, get our heads high, support our club in the stands in the right way, and push our club to victory. Because at the end of the day, if we start winning titles again, start doing well in Europe again, that'll hurt our enemies more than any song ever will.
Yeah. Can I ask a question, Ulster? One question. This fair organisation, do they only exist to monitor Rangers?
No, they're all in Europe, mate.
They're all over Europe, but there is elements within it that are anti-Rangers. That's a fact. One of the people's who's involved in that, his own wife's been at the away game with Celtic at Arsenal when the troops were there on the display, and she, more than anybody, was spouting off bile to the British Army, asking them to go home, get out of Britain, or the British soldiers get out of Scotland, etc., etc. So at the end of the day, the element's there, but the fact remains that UEFA listen to these people, and they will continue to take on board their evidence that they bring to them while we give them evidence to bring. Let's cut off their information and their videos by just not singing the songs. We're putting extra words.
Start them oxygen.
Yeah, well, this is it. And the fact remains, there's people out there that there's a fact. They hate Britain. They hate Rangers. They hate everything we stand for. That's not going to change anytime soon. But let's not give them the oxygen.
Can I ask you one further question based on what you've told me? If fair are all over Europe, okay, I'll change it slightly. Is Rangers the only team in Scotland?
Have you heard
Scotland that goes into Europe that are being monitored by fair?
No.
Do they go to Celtic Park?
Of course they do.
No. Listen, Jimmy. I'm not being funny. If they go to Celtic Park, they cannot help but hear what they're singing. Mm-hmm. So that means that they're different agenda for Celtic.
Remember the amount of fines they've had as well.
Exactly.
Aye. But that's what I'm saying, but I know Ox wants to go into something else, which is good. But I could, and I'm not going to do it, I could read you another 7 or 8 games this month alone that there's clubs all over Europe which have been closed or partially closed. So, as I say, let's not do the what about anything, right? Be fair. Just let's get our house in order. We're all down in this, and we should be on a high going into a Europa League playoff tomorrow, and this has just put a damper on, and that's what they want to do. So let's go into the next half hour, 20 minutes we've got, and do what the Oxteers want to say, and maybe put a bit of hilarity in it, because we are all down. We can hear it in everybody's voice, and then in the lobby and all this. No, so fair are there, no just to attack Rangers. They're there to attack everybody. So, but unfortunately, we've been battered.
Of course, fair at Parkhead Bridge Band. I've got season tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm meaning. I think that's exactly what I'm meaning, because I cannot believe anybody goes there and hears what they've got to say and can't make a report on it.
You've missed the whole point. It's not about what other teams do. If we get it wrong, it all affects us. We just have to get our own house in order and forget about them.
Agreed, Paul.
Well, it's just one last point on it. I think it's as simple as this. You know, if you're getting chastised by your mother for throwing dirt or whatever the case may be, there's no point pointing over to the other child and saying, he's throwing dirt as well. The fact is, you're the one's going to get chastised because you're also doing it. But if you stop throwing the dirt, the emphasis goes on the other person. It continues. And I think that's the way we have to move forward. Think smarter.
Well said, young man. Well said.
Yeah, well said, Ulster. Well
Your
said,
wisdom defies your years.
Yeah.
Did you know my mother, Ulster?
I know she didn't have a strong enough hold on you, Bridge.
Oh, wow.
All right,
wow.
right, enough. Right, let's just move on. We know what we've got to do in the next 72 hours. Is it 72 hours, roughly? 96 hours, whatever it is. Right. Racing Loyal. Very, very, very experienced group of Rangers supporters picked their top 10 Rangers songs. Yes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, me and Fox know the answers. So, we've got a team of Bridgeman, George, JFK, Big Ulster, and Wheels. Yeah?
Yeah.
And we're going to base it in the final attainable as you do that. If you get one wrong, you're out. Yeah?
Okay.
It's the top 10. Yeah?
Okay.
Rangers songs. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, and we'll take the final, and we'll take the oldest first, and what we're doing, we're way doing, yeah?
That'll be George then.
All right, so Fox, you got the list in front of you, mate?
I have indeed.
Okay, so it's Bridgeman first.
Lucy of Ibrox.
How's he doing there, Fox?
He's straight in at number 2.
Right, number 2, you're safe. Second oldest, I think. JFK.
Oops.
I'll go for every other Saturday.
And Jimmy straight in there at number 4.
Right, George?
I'll go with Follow.
George in there with the number 1.
Wheels?
I'll go with Simply the Best.
I'm afraid that never get into the top 10, mate.
Just want to ask you, why is that a Rangers song?
Because it's true.
Where's the connotation between that and Rangers?
That's you getting a band.
I'm just asking. I mean, I know we've all sung it, and it is a song, and I can't see it being played tomorrow night, but it's not a Rangers song, is it? All right, so you're out. Wheels, Big Ulster.
Oh, I'll go for Wolverhampton Town.
Oh.
And he's in there at number 7.
Good shout.
Wheels, you're out. No talking. Right, we're back to Bridge again.
Derry's Wolves.
Bridge, man. The clues in the tin. Rangers songs.
Oh,
That's him out. That's him out.
Okay, that's me out.
JFK.
I've got 3 or 4, right? I'm going to go. No. I feel like I'm going to go for this one because it's a song that's only just come out this last season, right? And it's called Every Saturday We Follow.
Fox?
That was in the top 10 at number 9, mate.
Yeah, I thought.
You're still alive. George?
Copeland Road.
Oh. Right, Fox.
Number 5, George. Well done.
Ulster?
Paisley Road.
Oh, unlucky Ulster. That came in at number 15.
Ah!
Back to JFK. How many's left, Fox?
Number 3 still there. Number 6 is still there. Number 8 still there. And number 10 still there.
Right, I'm going to sing this one because it's one of my favourite songs, right?
I hope you're right when you're singing it.
It's Rangers, it's Rangers, it's Rangers for me. Is that there?
If you're not...
No, I'm afraid that wasn't there either, Jimmy.
Yeah, you got me singing.
JFK, yes, dancer.
George, it's over to you, mate. There's 4 left.
I'll go for a song too, Jimmy. We'll maybe get a score draw out of this. For 4 lads had a dream to start a football team.
I think that song might be like that.
Number
song
3.
might be there, George Big.
Number 8. In there at number 8. Aye.
Still you, George.
Well done, George.
Can you get the last 2, but...
That one, the Rangers over here.
Oh, that was the first substitute, George.
Number 11, George.
Oh, no.
Right, go on, Fox. Give us the top 10.
Number 1, Follow. Number 2, Blue Sea of Ibrox. Number 3, one that nobody got, was Who's That Team They Call the Rangers. Number 4, Every Other Saturday. Number 5 was the Copeland Road. Number 6, nobody got either, was the Rangers Story, or the Rangers Chorus as it's sometimes known. Number 7 was Wolverhampton Town. Number 8, 4 Lads Had a Dream. Number 9, Every Saturday We Follow. And number 10 was A Trip to Ibrox.
And the few substitutes before we...
Well, they only gave me 4 substitutes, which was the Rangers over here, Barcelona, the legendary Rangers, which I think we played earlier on, and number 14, the Ibrox Disaster song.
All right, so anybody who went out in the first round, I think you maybe know a Rangers supporter, really, yeah?
Wow. That's harsh shots.
Poor Wheels.
Simply the best.
By the way, Wheels, I can't be far behind you, pal, with me.
I'm feeling.
I'm still pushing you in on Sunday, Wheels, isn't I?
I'm feeling quite deflated after that.
Don't be.
I mean,
I never even sung The Bluebells Are Blue. I never even got to that. Oh, the Bluebells are blue.
Stephen Gerrard's Blue and White Army.
Yep.
So what the point that a big thanks to Mac and Hook for doing that for us, Fox.
That was good.
Aye, without a doubt. Mac was that drunk, he'll not remember right enough.
What about the old one, Aberdeen?
By the way, you should get if Staunches can get that going in Twitter, people's top 10 Rangers songs, and we'll see what kind of variety we get.
Aye, Staunches will get that out there. But George, bit of fun, but there's a point made there, eh?
Brilliant, Ox. Aye, absolutely fantastic, Ox. And I'm going to the flute band, obviously, and I'm pulling out a tune that weekend at Copeland Road and things like that. Obviously, Wolverhampton, fantastic songs. Bridgeman saying Derry's Walls. I mean, that's one that people would think is a Rangers song. It's not actually a Rangers song. Ox, so that's fun. That's great, Ox. That's a good wee bit of thing with there. My favourite one out of all them. I mean, I love the Blue Sea Ibrox. I love it when it cracks round Ibrox. But also love Copeland Road as well. I think the 2 tunes are absolutely fantastic. Also, we've got great tunes. We didn't need to sing tunes. And I mean, the one was simply the best. You pointed out to me the other night, the Rocks. I knew it wasn't a Rangers song, but that's going to have to be stopped playing Ibrox for the wee add-ins. And that's just going to have to happen. It's as simple as that, because the add-ons are there and they're going to be sung, whether it's by 20 people or 20,000 people. It's got to be sung. So it's just going to have to be below the water. It's as simple as that, and start bringing the rain songs back in.
Oxshire, I mean, we are allowed to sing No Surrender, although people say, right, so...
But the question we asked there was Rangers songs, no songs...
No, I'm going to go, I'm talking about something different here. Right. I'm going on to a wee survey here. I mean, you will remember it, I know Bridgeman will, and Fox and that, but it's your version of No Surrender which was more or less like the walk on that Liverpool did. And it's when we sang No Surrender to the tune of Amazing Grace, with all the flags up.
You look back at the Bayern Munich game,
Aye.
the YouTube one of that's happened. It makes the hairs in the back of your neck.
Oh, tremendous! No, I know what you're saying about we were all picking Rangers songs there, but if we're talking about to sing like the no surrender the way we used to sing it, every man, boy, and woman sang that song, scarves raised, and then it was all together. The cry was no surrender. It was absolutely amazing, and you know that in Bridge and Fox, we were there and we took part in it. So, I like the one that I think it was the Union Bears that composed it. If I'm wrong, or the Every Saturday We Follow, I think is a cracking tune.
It took off. It's took off. And
it really has. I think it's a fantastic tune. Blue Sea Ironworks is one of my favourites. But obviously every other Saturday.
And by the way, JFK, I'm glad you mentioned the Union Bears. We'd love some of the young boys to come on here because they're a different generation for us, and we'd like to get their thinking because they're the future of the club,
Aye. Well, as I spoke to you today, just like the guys and that out there. I've got Ross McGill on my Facebook for the Union Bears, and I've been talking to him and I've asked him to come on and if he would be willing to come on and do some sort of interview or a live show or whatever and that. But unfortunately, he's not getting back to me to say that he's willing to do that. And as you say, Ox, it would be nice if he come on. I've spoken to Ross before. He's a decent enough guy, he travels well to see the Gers, and I think he's hurting as much as we are. And I know there's different variations of people the way they think about the statement they made, but they're still blue noses after all, and they're hurting the same as us.
Whatever what he uses the analogy that Big Ulster, mate. Look, we're a family. We might not be, or we might see it slightly different, but this is not a time for splits. It's a time shoulder to shoulder.
And that's what I say to you today when that was a question I put to him. I told him how many listeners we had and what we were all about. You must have listened to us, and come on and put your point of view. And whatever you say, it may or may not help your cause, and the cause is our own cause, everybody's cause, every blue nose's cause. But unfortunately, Ross is not getting back. And if Ross is listening, you're more than welcome to come and speak to the guys in Rangers Radio, and we'll listen to everything you've got to say. But it'd be nice to hear the Union Bears side of things, how they think about 1872 have come out and made a statement as Union Bears. But I know probably that somebody for Union Bears might not be allowed to come on if they don't put it through their group. But
they have their rules the same as any
yeah,
other.
of course they will. Aye. So any of you guys at the Union Bears there, go and make sure and try and see if you can come on and speak to the guys here in Rangers Radio, and it'd be nice to hear from you, definitely.
All right, Wheels, you can come off a mute now. We forgive you.
Thanks very much.
Did you see the point and you fell into it hook, line and sinker?
Absolutely. You got me.
Have you ever seen that?
Well made though.
Wheels, have you ever seen the No Surrender to the tune Amazing Grace?
I haven't, JFK, but now that you've mentioned that on it,
Ulster.
Good.
Ulster. You see the point?
Yes, mate.
There's plenty of material there for us to get behind the team, and that's just some of the songs,
Oh, there's hundreds of different songs, and we can sing them, and there's no problem. And there's songs of heritage, we know that from the Unionist Protestant community, whatever way you want to put it, that can be sung as well if it has. You know what I mean? They've got as long as you're not, we just know with the case now. There's no ifs or buts. We know exactly what can't be sung, and that's just the facts of life. We move on. We sing all the hundreds of other great songs that we have, and just cheer the team on to victory. That's the way I look at it.
Aye, well, bit of fun, George. bit of fun. Try and lighten the mood.
Aye, we've got no reason to be doing here, Ox. Aye, we've had a wee couple of kicks and things like that, but we've had a great start to the season. Good manager. We're getting a few good signings in. We've got a big, massive game tomorrow, a big, massive game on Sunday. Like Bridgman says, every single game we play is a big, massive game. So the Mora is the biggest game, and then it becomes Sunday becomes a massive game. So there's no reason to be doing. Aye, we've had a couple of kicks in that Ox, but I hope the Mora Ibrox is absolutely rocking. And I believe it will be. It doesn't matter who's there, who's not there. I believe Ibrox will be rocking when the players take the field tomorrow, Ox. And I really, really hope you can get the result tomorrow and get us into the next round, because that will be some achievement for our manager and our team. 2 years in a row into the group stages of UEFA Cup, Europa League. Absolutely fantastic, Ox. So I'm really buzzing for it. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Seeing the press conference.
Yes, mate.
That Stevie done. Tell you what, one of the lines I really, really liked when he said, "This is the kind of weeks that I signed up as Rangers manager for."
Aye, big games of football, games that you have to win. We have to win tomorrow night to go through all right. We could nothing each draw over 120 minutes and then penalties. But apart from that, the only other result gets us through is to win the game. And then Sunday's game just becomes even bigger. After tomorrow night, Sunday's game just becomes even bigger. Fox. Fox.
Oh, you carry on now, mate. I'm just lining up some tunes for the end.
All right, where have you got?
My wee favourite, and I never get into the top 10.
Oh, what was it?
The Boys in Blue are just magic on the ball.
Oh, I know. The Shirts are Royal Blue, I like, and all, but that last Lindsay Glenn, I like that song as well, but I never get near it neither. That back and hoot. They're strict. They were very strict. Well, just to let you know, there'll be no show tomorrow night, lads. Pre-match or post-match. You know why, Wheels?
Because there's a massive game on and everybody's going to it.
Everybody's at the game tomorrow night.
Except me.
Involved in the technical department. Working there, the technicals are all involved in the game tomorrow night. So we'll be back on Friday night between 9 and 11. Talking about all things Rangers, but before we leave, Bridgman.
Well, what can I say? What a marvellous night. Great discussions, by the way. Really good discussions. And I know it's touched a lot of people, to be honest. And we're all pig sick of it all, to be honest with you as well. So we're going to say, let's cheer up. Big game, massive game, biggest game for a long, long, long time. And there's so much at stake, as George Logan quite rightly said. So much at stake for us. So here's to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio. Every single one is, please keep it going for the Rangers. Just keep it going, because they need us.
Can I thank everybody who joined us, all the callers that came in tonight. We had a few first-time callers, but in the first part of the show, thanks very much for the calls, lads. Thanks for everybody who took part in the panel. Thanks for Wheels coming on and sharing his great Rangers knowledge ways as usual. Cheers, Wheels, you're a star. We'll be back on Friday night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Hope everybody enjoys the ball game tomorrow evening. Take it away, Old School Blue.
The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. We support the Glasgow Rangers, doing it Ibrox is the place. And we will follow in the championship race. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. It's true, the magic boys in blue are the best team in the land. You've got to queue and govern to get a ticket for the stand. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. We've spent a lot of money on great players, yes, that's true. But the Rangers fans deserve the best from the boys in royal blue. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. know the story, it was dismal, full of gloom. Now we're building an extension for the Ibrox Trophy room.
Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all.
In Europe we'll be travelling by land and sea and plain. The teddy bears have got the bears and we're on the march again.
Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all.